If you haven't checked your electricity bill lately, prepare for a shock, a big shock. First we were told by the new government our power bills would be cheaper. Then we were warned to brace for a 25% increase. But no one told us to budget for a 50, even 60% rise. The devil's in the detail.
On average, we're expecting a rise of between 20 to 25%.
That's what we've been told.
It turned out to be more like 38%.
But that's not what many are seeing.
We'd gone from 19 cents a kilowatt hour to 38 cents a kilowatt hour, so it went 100% increase.
On the bills we are starting to receive.
Controlled load, which is off-peak, is going up 60% instead of 30%, and then all the admin costs as well are nearly doubling.
After working out his electricity would be going up 38% and not the 25% he was told, engineer David Curtis got in contact with his energy provider, AGL.
They sent me a better plan. They said, oh, go under the Super Saver plan. You'll save money. And I punched the numbers into that and it worked out at 51% increase.
He doesn't trust his provider anymore.
It's doubled its profits. And I think they're really taking the piss. Oh, pardon me.
My power bill's going to be over $1,000. That's crazy.
63-year-old Sydney tradesman Stephen Merriman has also noticed in the breakdown of his bill that aside from the base charges, items from daily supply to admin costs are increasing.
Well, if they're just putting the power prices up, it wouldn't be a big problem. But they're putting everything up.
And he regrets the day he got solar panels, claiming he's not making anything from those.
We had to take a $10,000 loan out and pay that back over 5 years or so. It's something that I've paid for big time. And now they're just taking my power and not giving me anything for it.
We sit on the TV all the time, expect increases of 40, 50, 60%, but when we got 100%, we were a bit concerned about that.
On the Gold Coast, 74-year-old retiree Richard Harmons is praying for a mild winter and summer.
We still have to make that choice as to whether we will use our electricity for heating and cooling when the time comes.
Richard, like many Australians, is cutting back on the power.
I heard a saying that the Swedes say it's never too cold, it's just about how many layers you put on.
I had a fish tank, and that's fairly expensive because you've got a pump running 24 hours, heater in it, and all that sort of thing. I've gotten rid of that.
But help is at hand.
There are so many rebates available. Most people wouldn't be on top of this.
It's true, it is hard to keep on top of all the rebates and concessions that are available to you, but the best thing you can do is either visit your state government website or just contact your energy retailer. They're meant to help you out with this.
Look at your power bill. It is a little complicated. So the advice is to use comparison sites like Finder.
So you can compare things like usage rates, supply charges, and see how much lower you can get to the benchmark price.
And their energy specialist, Mariam Gabaji, says the next thing you should do is check those rebates from state, territory and federal governments.
You've got concession card holders, those on family tax benefits, senior card holders that can be eligible for rebates and concessions.
We're going to have increases of about 50%.
A third cost-saving option is to do what Cameron and Belinda have done in Melbourne.
We just want someone with some fresh eyes to actually come into the home and then tell us what we can do better.
It's a heat pump dryer rather than something that...
They got a professional energy assessor in, David Yule.
This family could be saving $400 or $500 a year.
To help them work out how much they can cut back in their household.
Every 1 degree difference in temperature from the outdoor temperature to your thermostat can increase energy consumption by 10%. Fridges are one of the worst offending white goods in terms of energy consumption. Instead of having the freezer at minus 22, you can have it at minus 15, 14.
That's something David's done, but he's still being frozen out.
Albo's my local member, and he's patting himself on the back saying, hey, what a great job we've done. But I'm looking at between 38 and 50% increase in power. I think Albo's having a bit of a lend. I wrote him a letter, and You know, that was weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and I've heard absolutely nothing back.
Yes, times are tough, except of course if you're an energy provider. There are about 20 in the country, and most are making a good dollar.
It's really price gouging. Australians are doing it really tough, yet they're making massive profits and they're just, you know, ripping off the Australian people.